Create a life you design. Rise Conference coming to your computer, and it's time for a really good book.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Well, hello there, and welcome to a Thursday. Yes, it is Thursday. So, just in case you're confused, I know the days all running into each other. I mean, who really even cares when it's Friday anymore, right? Well, my husband does. He is still going to work as normal. He actually has off tomorrow for Good Friday, which I always found perplexing because he has hardly any holidays off, but yet he gets Good Friday. I don't think that I have ever gotten Good Friday off as a paid holiday in my entire life, but good for them. That he also gets Christmas Eve as a paid holiday. I also never got Christmas Eve as a paid holiday, sometimes as a floating paid holiday, when there's, sometimes they have that floating one, and then if it, Christmas Eve turns out to be a Friday, they'll be like, all right, you take Christmas Eve off too. But I don't think it's ever really been a scheduled holiday. So he doesn't get many, but he gets a couple, and there you go. So today is April 9th. 2020. It is my dad's birthday. Happy birthday to you, Dad. It is day 207 of Gotta Get on Ellen. I did send Ellen a video of Tucker and myself yesterday with a new plea to be on her new format of a show. I said, it's going to be so easy now. I've got an iPhone. I've got an iPad. I've got a computer. I've got Zoom. I can just come right into your living room. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it works. No. Got my fingers crossed. So speaking of being at this now for a while, our birthday, meaning the Hopefulist, is on Sunday. 1 year old. Wow. Who'd have thunk it? It's been a whole year of your daily dose of inspiration and positivity. I'm very proud. I am. I'm very, very proud. So we're going to have a birthday celebration at some point. I've got some things that I'm considering. I've got some balls in the air and maybe a few surprises coming up. Maybe soon. Maybe sooner than you think. I worked out yesterday. I almost didn't. Almost talked myself right out of it. Almost was like, okay, I just ate. Maybe I should let my food settle a little bit. Typically like to work out before I eat, but with my schedule the way it has been, I get up at 4 and I do this around between 6 and 7. So by 7 o'clock, I'm pretty hungry. And I just didn't want to wait another 30 to 40 minutes before I had some food. So I was trying to get out of it by making excuses like that. I told myself the good old, maybe I'll do it later this afternoon. And I'm a big liar when I say that. I often say, I'm going to do it later this afternoon. Do you know how many times I've done it in the afternoon? 0, zilch, nada. If I do not do it in the morning, I don't do it. And I know this about myself. So when I try to rationalize and, get out of doing something by saying, oh, I'll just do it later, I know I'm a big liar. And you know these things about yourself too. So don't fall for your own tricks. So the reason that I followed through with it is I remembered, and if you saw my picture on the group page yesterday, it has become a non-negotiable. I have determined Monday, Wednesday, Fridays to be my work at home, my workout at home, strength training, whichever, workout I have, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And I'm trying to, I haven't been really successful, but I'm trying to get in some walks. And now that the weather's starting to warm up a little bit here and there, maybe I can get some bike rides in. People have been kayaking, still way too cold for me. I'm not getting in that water in a kayak just yet. But people are starting to do it. I've seen some people on a paddleboard. So there's going to be other opportunities for me to do some more fun cardio type activities in the very near future. But I try to remind myself that I want my body to be strong. This is why I want to continue working out. Now, I've been working out pretty regularly for the last year. I joined the gym last January, and I did take like a month off here, a couple weeks there, but I've never really gone, I think, more than a month. And I have really built up some nice toned muscles, and I mostly just don't want to lose it, I have to start all over again. But more than that, I want my body to be strong. I want it to do what I tell it to do for as long as possible. And working out and strength training is how that happens. I did get in contact with my friend Angela, who does my workouts for me. And then as soon as I started talking to her, I asked for 2 more home workouts. And then I heard things like, as a reminder, I'm like, just remember I have 5-pound weights here and I have 8-pound weights here. And she comes back with, well, just remember that the reps will be a lot more than usual because you can't go up in weights. And immediately I'm like, ugh, what have I done? What have I done? So I haven't delved too much into the workout just yet because I've been a little busy the last couple of days. So I'm going to really look it over today or tomorrow and then talk to her because she always puts things in there that I'm not familiar with. And I'm like, what the heck is this? Russian twist. What? I know what that is now, but she always puts something in there that I have to clarify, either look up on YouTube or something. So I will probably dive into that a little bit more tomorrow so that I can get clear on everything that I need to do. But skimming over just the one workout that she sent me was reps of 30, then 25, and then 20. Ugh, what? Are you crazy? 30 reps in one round? What have I done? I love Angela until I don't love Angela. She likes to be hated, though. She knows that she challenges people. He doesn't love to be hated, but you know what I mean. She I think she feeds off the animosity because she's really making us step up into ourselves. Speaking of stepping up into yourself, there is a virtual, very big news yesterday, very exciting, a virtual Rise conference taking place May 2nd. Mark the date down. Going to be with Rachel and Dave Hollis, my buds. Info is going to be released on Monday on how you get tickets. They say that the cheapest tickets will be $40. Still going to be 8 hours of Rach and Dave brilliance, of getting to know yourself better, of guest speakers. They're saying that they haven't announced the speakers yet, but they're saying that they have managed to get a list of speakers that have never been able to get before in the past because the schedules have never been able to line up. And now that everybody is kind of home and they're doing it virtually rather than in person, it's all coming together. So I think this is going to be a big deal. All of the information is going to be released on Monday. So the actual virtual conference will be taking place on May 2nd. And I'm very excited. They're saying that the cheapest ticket, like I said, I don't remember if I mentioned it. I know I started going in that direction. $40, which, again, 8 hours of content for $40. I don't know how limited the tickets are. I don't know how fast they're going to go. So there's your warning. if you want to see a little bit of what made me the crazy, hopeful, inspiring self-help guru that I am today, you can see some of the knowledge of Rach and Dave. Love my Rach and Dave. And I encourage you to give it a shot. You got $40, right? $40. Come on. You get to be in a special Facebook group, too, where people continue to, post long after the conference is over. I was at the Rise Business Conference. It was in the beginning of November. People are still posting in that group, that Facebook group, every single day. Still getting tons of knowledge and inspiration. And you get a chance to help other people as well. It is a great, great community. And if you have a chance to check it out, I really, really highly recommend it. That's all I'm going to say about it. My commercial for them is over. On to the topic of the day. I wanted to hear about the best, most recent book you've read, because a lot of us have a lot of extra time right now. And good books are our friends. And this is a time to kind of delve into, different worlds, kind of escape a little bit and read something that will open up your world into other cultures that you're, not familiar with, or give you a better understanding of how the rest of the world lives. This is some of the things that I love about reading. It gives me such a better understanding and opens my mind so much to about how other people live, how they've lived in the past, how they live in other countries, all kinds of things. So I have just finished, and I was on the wait list on the library for this book forever, The Giver of Stars, which takes place in the post-war era, and it is about a group of women who, I believe in Kentucky, take on the challenge to, and it was an initiative through Eleanor Roosevelt to deliver library books to people that couldn't come to a library. And they were called the Pack Horse Librarians. And it was good. I really did enjoy it. There were times that it was slow and I had a hard time picking it back up. I never once considered not finishing it. Well, no, that's not true. There was one point where I was like, It's not that I didn't like the book. It's just there are so many books that I read that I literally cannot put down. And when I do put them down, I can't wait to pick it back up. This was not one of those books until it got to like the very end. But it was very enjoyable, and it was something, like I said, it's very, very popular right now. It's Jojo Moyes, who wrote Life Before Me, Me Before You, which was one of the best books I have ever written in my life, ever read, that is. I wish I had written it. Ever read in my entire life. If you want to be inspired to live your very best life, read Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. Very thought-provoking, and it really shows you how much we take for granted every single day. So Connie says that recently she just read The Girl Who Wrote in Silk. I have that lined up. That is my next book. In fact, I read just a little bit of it last night before I went to bed. That is a book club selection here on my hood. Linda said that was another good one that she just finished recently. I had come across my neighbor Donna on one of my walks with Tucker, and she was listening to the audio of it that day, and she told me how much she was enjoying it as well. Kathy says The Woman in the Window. Yeah, I was just talking about this book to my niece the other night, and I really enjoyed this book. And she told me, I'm not sure if I had heard this before, that they are making it into a movie. It was one of those thriller type type books. Really, really